Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. This is going to be a new adventure and a first. We usually do our healing circle quite private on our private Zoom, but I decided, you know what? Last but not least, why not include everybody? It is this evening. What we're going to do is we're going to do an introduction to the Theta Healing meditation technique, a healing technique that I use in my life and in my practice, and that has become the forefront of my life's work. And what I'm excited about is I'm excited about sharing it with everybody. And that's it. And then after we do that, we're going to do a healing circle where we invite someone to be a part of the experience. And then we will see what happens next. So thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm going to switch us over to sharing mode for the Zoom. And by all means, please, if you have any questions, just add them to the comments section and we'll get started. Okay? Hi, Marcy.
Hi, Danny.
Welcome. Welcome. Hi, Socrates.
What?
Welcome. So happy that you guys are here. We're going to wait just a little while everyone joins. We have probably about 10 people coming this evening, which we're really, really excited about. New experience. We decided to kind of open it up to everyone tonight. So we allowed ourselves to share what we're doing with everybody. And there was a really lovely response. So we're excited to welcome new people from all over the world. Socrates, where are you at?
Greece, hello.
Hello. Are you in Athens?
No, I am in Peloponnesos.
Wonderful. It's very late there.
Yeah, it's 2 a.m.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you. That's exciting.
Yeah. I have spent some time in Greece. I was in Athens. I do work with a group in Athens, and I love it there. I wish I could get in there. I was just in Istanbul for a month, and my friends in Greece, they said, "Oh, we wish you could come over," but it didn't work out that way so easily. You know, COVID had other plans. Hi, Yvette.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good. It's so wonderful to see you, as always. Of course.
Hey.
Auntie Brenda is here. She's hiding, I can tell, but I know she's here. Hi, Auntie. My beautiful aunt.
Hi, baby.
Hi, my love. Hi. So I just want to give it a few more minutes, guys, to welcome anybody else who would like to be a part of the journey. Rebecca, you know, Jackie actually is joining us. Did you speak to her?
Oh, wonderful. I did reach out to her.
Great. Wonderful. So is she going to be the center of our circle? Did you offer that to her tonight?
I said it was entirely up to her.
Okay. Cool.
I didn't know where she was at, so.
Okay. Great. Wonderful. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to do a brief introduction to the Theta Healing meditation technique for any new people that are showing up. There were quite a considerable amount of new people that actually registered, so which is really exciting and really lovely. So while we're waiting, how was everyone's day? Did you have a good day, Becky?
I did. I got to actually, my 8-year-old, is he 8 already? 8-year-old wants to do a TikTok dance video. So we were trying to choreograph something to one of the songs that he likes. It was an interesting song choice.
What song did he choose? Is this Asher?
Yeah.
What song did he choose?
He He chose Little Nas X Holidays.
How great. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. I was very interesting lyrically. But we
To
we
say the
figured
least.
I homeschool them. So I've been doing this kind of like, well, this is part of our physical education. We're gonna dance. We're gonna do choreography. We're gonna do dance and like have fun and
So perfect for a mama who's
work
a
it out.
musical theater major, huh?
Yeah.
Exactly. Fantastic.
So it was fun.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Very good.
How about everybody else? Anybody else do anything interesting?
How was your day, Yvette? Can you share with us how your day was?
A highlight was riding my bike against the wind. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful,
Winter weather.
and it was such a beautiful day too. It was like, wow, sorry, of course people are texting me. What's the Zoom link? It was such a beautiful day for that too, right?
Indeed.
A little intense, but it's going to get even more, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Geneva.
Hi,
How are you?
Hi, I'm well, thanks.
Wonderful. You are coming by way of Albania, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Wonderful. Fantastic. She gave us...
And nice to have you here and meet you.
Thank you. Nice to be here. Now, I have dogs that will bark. Is that okay, or should I go on mute? Or
Of course, it's fine. Don't worry. We love dogs. Everything is a part of all that is. So as it is all that is, we welcome everything. Okay, you know what? Let's not waste any more time and let's go ahead and get started. So what I want to do is I'm going to structure this healing circle a little bit differently like we have healing circles in the past, right? We've utilized them more as a part of our membership. We have a membership program that's launching and that is kind of exclusive to a few people right now, which will be broadening and opening up to everybody pretty soon. However, what we kind of decided is we're missing the opportunity to really meet new people and welcome new people in. So Rebecca and I, so for those of you who don't know, my name is Daniel, and they call me the provocative intuitive, and that's because I like to push people's buttons to help them change, to help them grow, to help them transform, and help them to choose healing as a way of being, as opposed to sickness and pain and suffering. So what we've decided to do with this healing circle is we've decided to kind of open it up to everyone, because as a Theta Healing practitioner and instructor, my goal and my dream is to really share these tools with everyone. And in doing so, there are a lot of people that are like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know what Theta Healing is. So I wanted to take the opportunity to actually create a space in which people have the ability to be able to look at what Theta Healing is and to be able to see if it works for them, see if it's something that they would like to apply to their lives. Theta Healing was created by, or I should say it was downloaded. It was downloaded and created by a woman named Vienna Steibel. And Vienna has such a powerful story because about 30 years ago, early to mid 90s, she worked as a psychic, and she was a security guard for a local nuclear power plant in Idaho Falls. And she, was always psychic and always intuitive and always had her own gifts. And so she would always offer psychic readings and do all this and do all that. So she already had this kind of connection to her intuition and her connection to the bigger picture. So lo and behold, and Vienna had a really, really tough story, right? She was married 4 times. She has 3 kids. She grew up in the Mormon faith. Growing up in the Mormon faith, there were certain beliefs and expectations that were placed upon her. And so through those expectations and beliefs, she, tried to fit into the box, basically. And through that process, she got married very young. She had her children very young. And she had relationship after relationship after relationship. And none of those relationships seemed to be what was in real vibrational match to her. So what she was always feeling like the world was kind of up against her, And lo and behold, one day she recognizes she's having a hard time walking, and little by little by little, all of a sudden she sees this, like, there's her leg is expanding, and it's expanding and it's expanding and expanding. And as it expands, she realizes that something is definitely deeply wrong. It's getting harder to walk on and whatever. And she starts to see this protrusion, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So she decides that what she's going to do is she's going to go to the doctor and have it tested and see what it is. As the universe would have it, the doctors diagnosed her with stage 4 cancer in her bone. And Vienna was like, huh? It just didn't make sense to her. She was like, okay, if that's what you say, but it doesn't really make sense to me, and I don't really quite understand what it is that you're trying to tell me. So Vienna, being intuitive and knowing that she already had a connection to the Creator, said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually talk to God. And so began the beginnings of the Theta Healing meditation technique. So in the very beginning, she actually would call this process going up to talk to God. And she knew that everybody had the ability to be able to do this. It was just a matter of teaching people how to do it, right? Every single person in the world is psychic. Every single person in the world has intuition. They have the gift of being a healer. And Vienna always knew this, but she didn't know how to teach it to people. She didn't know how to share this. So after her diagnosis, she went home and she did what she always does. She focused, she centered, and she began to meditate. And she began to use the process that she had always used in her readings, in her work. And she went up and she just kind of sat and she began to ask God questions. Remember, God is whatever God means to you, okay? So it can be an energy, it can be, you can call it Jesus, Allah, whatever that means to you, because it is all the same energy. So Vienna began to have this conversation and to go up and talk to God and, do all of these things. And as she was having this conversation, but she heard, why don't you just command that a healing is done? And Vienna was like, really? It's that simple? Just command that a healing is done. Wow. Okay. And so in her meditation, she sat there and she said, well, how do I do that? And the Creator was just like, well, just command that it's healed. And Vienna said, okay, well, Creator, I command that this is healed now. And Creator showed her some magic. She did some magical things, bippity boppity boo. She woke up and she noticed that the tumor looked like it had gone down a little bit. So over the course of time, she continued to do this a little bit more and a little bit more. And all the while, the doctors are calling and saying, Vienna, you should really begin an aggressive process if you want to live, especially if you want to save your leg. They had told her that they thought she should amputate it. She should amputate it, all this kind of stuff. So Vienna said, I really just don't fully embrace and accept that. And so she began to continually do this process that the Creator told her to do. Command that it is finished. Command that it is finished. Command that it is finished. And so a few more days passed, and Vienna went back to the doctors and said, I want you to do it again. And they were like, well, we don't really do it again. We know it's there, so we should just plan to do the active work to, treat it. And Vienna said no. She was insistent. She said, no, please just test and see if it's there. And lo and behold, it wasn't there. And the doctors were like, what is going on? What's happening? And she said, well, I healed it. And of course, modern medicine as it is said, wow, you're crazy. This is impossible. This doesn't just happen. And she began to say, okay. And she started to realize how other people's points of views and opinions and beliefs affect our own healing. And she said, okay, so this is something that I need to be very, very, very aware of. And as I am very aware of it, I need to truly, truly, truly begin to see how I can help others in this process once they go through all of this. So she was working through all this process, fine-tuning. And then finally one day the creator said, Vienna, you need to teach this to everyone. And Vienna was like, what? And the creator said, you need to teach this to everyone. You need to give everyone the tools to be able to help themselves. And this is how you'll do it. And you will use this meditation technique so that people can get used to feeling and understanding what it's like to connect to that energy. And so began the process of theta healing. So began the actual meditation technique. Okay. So the technique, actually, she was revealed what we call the 7 planes of existence. The 7 planes of existence are the planes in which all of life, all of our reality is expressed and experienced here. And it includes everything from the soil and the earth in the first plane, through the second plane, the plants and the animals, the third plane, the proteins, us, animals, the fourth plane, actually the second plane is the second plane are plants. Let me say that. Third plane are animals and people, proteins. Fourth plane is the plane of the spirit world, where we go after we leave this plane. The fifth plane is the plane of the angels and the guides and the masters, a more celestial plane. And then the sixth plane is the plane of the laws of the universe, laws such as gravity, time, focus, electricity, all of those myriad of laws. There's thousands of laws. And then the seventh plane being the plane of all that is, the plane of creation. And while Creator showed Vienna that it all happens simultaneously at the same time, he said, for humans, you need to take them through this process. You need to take them through this process of going through each and every one of those planes. And as you take them through each and every one of those planes, you will allow them and help them to really go through the process of accessing that energy of all that is. Now, one thing that we can share with you guys scientifically is that that energy is not created or destroyed. It just is. This is scientific. So the same energy that's been here since the Big Bang, since the beginning of time, is the same energy that exists here and now. Okay? And so one of the things that we've come to understand is that through the power of consciousness, through the power of intention and direction, we can direct that energy to do anything and everything. Human consciousness is actually the one thing that can actually manipulate and control atoms and molecules in the universe. And of course, they're spending billions and billions of dollars on technology to be able to do that, when the greatest technology exists here within us. And so with this awareness, Vienna began to do a lot of research and a lot of study. She's a very scientific person. So she began to do a lot of research, and she started to begin to formulate a deeper and deeper understanding of the tools that you will learn in the Theta Healing meditation technique. Okay? And so that roadmap, that meditation became the roadmap to the 7 planes of existence, through the 7 planes of existence. And every single step of the way, as Vienna began to teach it, more things were revealed to her. More things were revealed to her on how to access each individual plane, how to work with each individual plane, and how to actually become the master of each plane. And one of the things that you may or may not know is that there are different masters on different planes. Like, for example, an alchemist. An alchemist is a master of the first plane. A wizard is the master of the second plane. Mystics are the masters of the laws of the universe, the sixth plane, and so on and so forth. Shamans are masters of the fourth plane, right? They use a lot of spirits and they use a lot of animals. So all of these energies that are masters, what Vienna learned was that the biggest ability was to go above all of the planes of existence, to work through the creator of all that is, because in every single level, there are oaths, vows, and obligations. So if you're going to work only with the fourth plane, if you're going to only work with the spirit world, then there's going to be an exchange of energy. And sometimes that exchange of energy doesn't feel so good. Sometimes it's a sacrifice, right? So in order to have healing, I must sacrifice my own health. You know, when you're working with a shaman takes on his own energy, right? I'm sorry. A shaman takes on your pain and your suffering, and he takes it on himself, but he doesn't necessarily know how to release it and let it go. And so through this process, Vienna learned, look, it's amazing to master all of those planes. But the ultimate gift is to be able to go to the seventh plane and to work through the seventh plane of all that is, to be able to utilize all the planes, because within every single plane exists every single plane. But if we're only focused on one aspect of the plane, then there's going to be that exchange of energy that is going to leave us maybe feeling sick or broken or confused about what could actually take place. So in the Theta Healing meditation and through all of the Theta Healing classes, you will learn to be able to access all of the planes, to be able to use all of the planes to work for you, and to also be able to work on, let me also add, so something very significant happened once Vienna started teaching this to people and started doing it herself. And as it was happening, people would experience healings and then they would not. So they would experience a healing and then they'd come back and say, well, it worked for a couple of weeks. I don't understand what happened. And Vienna was like, I don't know what happened. So she went back to the creator. She said, I don't understand what's happening. And creator said, well, they don't believe that they're worthy of being healed. And so began the next phase of the Theta Healing meditation technique. And that's what we call belief work. Every single one of us has beliefs that are held on 4 different levels. They're held on the conscious level, on the core level, which are experiences that are from our childhood and from this lifetime. They're also held on the history level. The history level is the level of past lives. They're also held on the ancestral level. The ancestral level is all these beliefs that are coming from all of your ancestors that we are still holding and creating with us. And then the last one is the soul-based belief level. Soul-based beliefs carry you through many, many different lifetimes. Usually we don't hold too many soul-based beliefs that are holding us back. But what happens is our generations, through our ancestors, and through different lifetimes, we acquire these beliefs, right? Many of you here, if you're here, there's a good chance that we've all been here before in a different lifetime, okay? And it's all that the purpose and the desire is the same, to awaken healing within us, right? So in order for us to awaken healing, we realize in this lifetime we have a mission and we have something that we need to do. However, there's probably something from a past life or a past experience that blocks us. So for example, if you're showing up here today and you come from a scientific background or a practical background, you're going to question a lot of what we're talking about, right? You're going to question the validity. Yes, but science says. And so those are also beliefs that have carried you through in your ancestors, your parents, your lineage. They say, no, I need proof. I need proof. I need proof. I need proof, right? Only Jesus can heal. Only Jesus can heal. Only God can heal. So it's very important that you also know that everything that we're doing is actually through the creator of all that is. if you want to call that Jesus, you want to call it Muhammad, whatever. Everything that we're doing is actually through the creator of all that is. And so what we're doing is we're witnessing healing taking place. And as a witness to that healing, what happens is we begin to allow the creator to do the work, and we just see it. So what's important for us, the only thing that's important for us right now, is just to know that it's possible. And just to know that with that energy, anything can be accomplished. And so the work of belief work is saying, okay, well, I have this, I don't know about that because of this. And we find those beliefs, and that through that energy of the Theta Healing technique and the Theta Healing meditation technique, then what we do is we do what's called pulling and replacing them. We cancel those beliefs and we replace them with positive supporting beliefs. Okay? This is all done metaphysically, and it's done through the practitioner and the witness, the practitioner and the client. Okay? So in every Theta Healing session, and also it's very, very important, it's very powerful that you can work on yourself as well. And in doing so, what we are able to do is we're able to facilitate healing and witness healing for others. Okay? So the way that a typical Theta Healing reading, a typical Theta Healing session is set up is that a client will come and the client will express what it is they have that they want to work on, or something that's bothering them, or maybe a sickness or something that they would like to heal. They will express it, they will share it, and then the practitioner will actually do what's called a reading. The reading is an intuitive reading in which they are going up to the seventh plane, to the creator of all that is, and they're asking, show me what's going on in this person's life. And as the creator shows us what's going on in that person's life, then we have the ability to be able to facilitate a healing through them. The creator will tell you, you will start to see through a myriad of different ways, through different through your emotions, through your visualizations, through hearing, through different clairaudience, clairvisual, all your different psychic senses, you will begin to feel and witness how you can help the person grow. Okay, so then what happens is we do what's called belief work. And in belief work, we just go in and we test people through a process, a really cool process called muscle testing, because the body doesn't lie. The cells of the body hold all of the things. So if I tested you, that you know what it feels like to experience a miraculous healing immediately, your body will say yes or no. And so through that process, then we can say, okay, we can change it. And then we change it right then and there. And so as we change it, then you can begin to have a different experience. So begin to imagine that our beliefs are like a Jenga puzzle, right? A Jenga puzzle is this thing with all of those blocks. Blocks. So all of these blocks represent all of our limiting beliefs, okay? And with all of our limiting beliefs, what we want to do is we want to get down to the bottom belief, because it's the bottom belief that is supporting all these other beliefs. Once we get to the bottom belief, then all these other beliefs come crashing down, okay? So that's the process of a Theta Healing technique, a Theta Healing session. In the class, in the basic class, you learn this meditation, you learn this technique, you learn how to use it not only on others, but also on yourself. And in the basic class, you also will begin to learn how to work with guides and angels. You will do a healing on the broken soul, and you will also work on some other really exciting positive things that we help clear to set you up to be able to move on to the next level. There are many, many different courses in Theta Healing. You have the basic course, you have the advanced course. The third course is called Dig Deeper. Dig Deeper is the class in which we really learn how to dig for those limiting beliefs. Then we have a class called You and Creator, which allows you to get in touch, to know the voices that you hear and how to discern which one is the creator's voice. And then a lot of other specialty classes like Soulmate class and Rhythm to a Perfect Weight. We also have a Manifesting in Abundance class, and we have relationships courses. We have tons and tons of courses, but the basic one which is why you guys are all here today, is the basic Theta Healing course. Okay. So with that being said, what I would like to do is I would like to begin to offer, this is where the healing circle aspect of our evening will take place. And so what I would like to do is I would like to invite anyone who would like to experience a healing to be a part of this experience. So if there are any willing participants, we would love to invite you for a healing. Geneva, would you like to experience a Theta Healing? Maybe.
Sure.
Yeah? Okay, cool. If you could turn your camera on, that would be great. I just want to also make sure that you're okay with being on camera. You're okay with sharing this with everybody. I just need a verbal consent for you. Yeah?
As long as you're not recording.
No, not recording. Not at all.
That's fine. Yeah.
Of course. Totally. So,
I do meditate quite a bit, so.
Great. Awesome.
I'm comfortable with it.
Great. So what I'd like to ask you is what is it you would like to work on today? Is there one specific thing that you would like to work on and receive more clarity in your life, or more awareness, or some change or transformation? Any particular thing?
Sure. I'm working on right now my voice, as in like speaking up.
Great.
And particularly around work, but also but the personal stuff I've been able to do, really make good progress and do really well.
Okay.
On my own, but work is different,
Great. So you're having a little bit of blockage when it comes to work. Yes.
Yeah, to being able to really ask for what I want, and I feel very taken advantage of, and I'm at a crossroads where I'm starting to maybe consider leaving. There are a couple of different directions I can take. So that voice, whether or not I remain with my current employer, I want to work on that regardless of where I land. And actually, I want the voice to help me. I want to be able to really tune in and figure out like what I really want.
Great. Amazing. Wonderful. So what I would like to do is I would like to